Welcome back to Guide to Solidworks. I'm going to do this tutorial today looking at this model. Now the idea of this is it's going to be a tutorial that's going to include some mirroring, progressing on from our mirroring tutorial we did recently, but it's also going to include a new feature that we've not used before, which is the rib tool. Now the rib tool is what we use to create these profiles in here, so that one down the front there and this section down the back here. It's quite a simple tool to use, but if you've not used it before or not seen it before, it's good to get an idea or a tutorial run through of how you actually do it. This is going to be a great activity for those of you who are beginning with the software and want to learn some new tricks, and if you have been using it for a while, this might be a good refresher in how we can use the rib tool. So let's get dived in and we'll get started with this model. Okay, so let's get started with this. So on the front plane, I'm going to draw this profile. So let's create a sketch here. So I'm going to mirror some of this across. So let's sketch on the front plane. Okay. And I'm going to start off with the circles for the top. So I'm going to start here with them. Now my diameter for the circle is going to be 70. Okay, so once I've got that circle in there, I'm going to put a centre line straight down. Now this is going to look at multiple different ways of using extrude. So once I've got that centre line, I'm going to, sorry, not extrude, mirrors. So once I've got that centre line, that's going to point to mirror around. So at the moment I've got that 121, I need it to be 105 from the centre down. And that's going to give me my distance down to the base there. So from here, I'm going to draw a line out, up, all the way across, and I'm going to draw a line from here up to here, like so. Just give me two different areas there. Putting some sizes to this, so from there to there, all the way across. If I stick to one side of the centre line, it gives me the distance for that half, but if I move on to the other side of the centre line, it'll give me the full distance as if it was a mirror image. So I'm going to go there, 120, all the way across. Okay, I'm going to do the same for here, and this one is going to be 60. All the way across. The height at the side there is going to be 10. Let's chuck that height in there. Of 10. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to mirror these lines along the base across to the other side. So I'm going to go to the mirror tool and sketches. I'm going to select the entities I want to mirror, so I'm just going to highlight them. And then I'm going to select what I want to mirror about. So in this box I'm going to click here, and the mirror about line is my centre line. So I'm going to click my centre line. And it'll give me a preview in yellow on this side of what it's going to look like. If I'm happy with the preview, I'm just going to tick that, and that'll give me my shape to start from. Now I've got that, I can start extruding some of this back. So if I go to features and I go to extrude, it'll work on here. However, because it's got so many different contours to work from, it's going to ask me to select a contour specifically to extrude. So I'm going to start off with this one here, because this is my circle at the top. So with my circle at the top, I'm going to come out 6 one way, and it goes back 38 the other, as this whole circle at the top is 44 wide. So in the second direction, I'm going to go back 38, like so, giving me the circle at the top. Now if I click on the screen, you'll see the sketch disappears. Now that's not an issue. If we come back over to our design features at the side, we've got a little drop down arrow here within our feature that we've created. Now underneath that is our sketch that we've been using. So if I click on that again, and then I go to Extrude again, it will now let me pick another contour related to that sketch. So I'm going to select them two there. And I don't want them to come forward, I want them to go backwards. So I'm just going to rotate that 6mm again, and take care. And then put that section in for me now. Okay. Last bit is for this sketch. Is again, click the sketch on here, it's already dropped out. Extrude again. And I'm going to grab this base, and I'm going to click both sides of this base here. Like so. Now this time, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to go back 42. Like so. Okay, so I've got that back 42. Okay. Now I've got that generic shape here. I am now going to start adding the detail to this. So I'm going to start off with the top section, creating the bit at the top. So I'm going to go on the right plane, and I'm going to sketch on that right plane. Okay, and on that right plane, turn side on, so I see it straight on. I'm going to create the shape that I want. So from here, I'm going to come up, across, down, and back to the centre. Now I know that my starting point here must be 6 in. So on the drawing it shows me this is 6 in, so I know my starting point must be 6 inches. That's where I brought my face out from. The base of this is 28. So, and my height from here to here is 42. Like so. Now I'm just going to have to put a circle in here from there. Oh, circle in from the centre. From there out to the end. Like so. And then that will match up on there. What I also want to do is put another circle on the inside of that, and that one is 12. So I'm going to dimension that up to 12. Okay, so now again, I could leave this how it is and have it extrude it using the different features and highlight the different areas, or I could trim it away. And for this case, because we've already done it using the different contours once, I'm going to trim this one away. So I'm going to trim that, and that. Now you'll see now that it's lost its relationship at the top here. Now that's not an issue. The reason it's lost its relationship is because of the fact that they had the relationship to that centre line going across. So I'm just going to give all these a relationship to each other. Like so. Overdefined. There we go. And I want this centre point here to there to be 42. Spot on. Now it's back to fully defined. Now that I've got that fully defined, I'm going to extrude it out. So, features, extrude, and we've got our distance coming out from the centre, but just one direction. Now this is going to be 67 across, so it's 67 across, but it's not in one direction. 67 from the mid-plane, so I'm going to go to the mid-plane in my options there, and it will come out both ways like so, and take a and that's added in the top to my shape, like so. Now from here then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this front face, and I'm going to cut out the bits that I won't want anymore. So sketch on there, sketch, and if I turn that straight on so I can see, I am going to draw a centre line from that point up to the top, like so, and from there I'm going to bi-directional, and I'm going to, so what I've done there is select the offset option from the centre line, which is going to allow me to put a line either side of it using the bi-directional option, and I'm going to go out 1.5 from that centre line, and that is the gap that I'm going to cut out through the centre. I am also, once I've added that in, going to close that off at the top, like so, and I'm also going to add in a circle from the centre here to lead my hole through, and that circle is going to have a diameter of 60. Leaving with that, I can now trim away the bits that I don't need. So that one, and and that leaves me with the shaders I'm going to cut through. So if I cut that through, features, go to extrude cut, and I'm going to just go through all. And as you can see now, I've got that cut through in the centre at the top. Okay, that leaves me with some details to put on the base, some fillets to do, and also some ribs to put in. So I'm going to start off with the rib on the back here. So from the side view, I'm going to go to the right plane, and I'm going to sketch on that right plane. I'm going to put a line from this bottom corner of my circle here down to the base there at that angle. Okay, now this line is going to act as my rib shape that I want to create. So from here across to this inside edge. So if I go to features and I click the rib option, I can create a rib. Now if I turn that side on, you'll see what's happening. It's specifying a distance across, and it's specifying it as 10. I'm going to change that. I want that there to be 6 wide. Okay. Now I've got multiple options for this. I can have it to one side, or to the left hand side of the line. I can have it to the right hand side of the line, or I can have it going out from the midpoint of the line half each way. I'm going to do the midpoint because I want it down the centre of the object. We always need to make sure when we've got this that the arrow is pointing to the direction we want our rib to go. So if it's not pointing in the right direction, say for instance it's like that, it's pointing out in the wrong direction, we just need to flip the material side here. Okay, once we're happy it's pointing in the right direction and our rib's the right thickness, just click tick at the top and it will apply our rib into the material there, as you can see, creating and following the curvature of the arc at the bottom of there as well. Okay, now from there I'm going to put one on the front face as well. Now these can be a bit iffy sometimes because we're not going to bring it all the way down to the bottom. Let's have a look and see how it goes. So again, I'm going to turn it side on. I'm going to go to the right hand plane. I'm going to sketch on that right hand plane. On the right hand plane, I'm going to draw a line from the bottom of here and come down here like so. Now this rib finishes 20 mm from the bottom, so I'm going to pick the point there and the base. I'm going to set that at 20. And that's 20 mm from the bottom there. Now if I go to rib this, we'll see how it goes. Sometimes they like to work and sometimes they don't, and if it doesn't, I'll show you what we need to do. So right click rib there, and I'm going to change the direction. Obviously it's pointing the wrong way, so let's flip direction. It's still set at 6 and it's at mid-plane, so I'm just going to tick there. Okay, so it's failed to create the rib feature. Now the reason for that, sometimes it just needs to know where it's going to finish off to on radiuses. So if I put a line here, just go to sketch and put a line from there up to the top of that inner arc, to the inner circle, like so. Why is it not fully defined? Let's make sure that's fully defined. Piece, there we go. Okay, so if I put that line in up to the top of there, now I should find that if I now put the rib in, so features and rib, it'll include that section at the top there, flip the direction so it's going into the material, and tick now, and it should complete my rib, like so. Okay, so that's just a little quirk that I found every now and again when I'm doing ribs, that sometimes you just need to put in the axes we want to finish it to. Effectively the flat face we want to finish off at. Now we've got them in place, it's just left with 2 holes and a few fillets. So let's get some of these fillets in place. So the first 2 that I'm going to do are these corners down here, these edges. So I want the edge selected. I'm going to click that corner, and I'm going to click this corner here. Now I'm currently set at 10, I want them to be 16. So let's change that to 16 there, like so. And I'm going to tick that. Okay, my other fillets are going to be based on each corner. So if I fillet each corner here, I want these to be 6, not 16, so I'm just going to turn that to 6 there. And again, just clicking the corners that I want to fillet. Like so. And tick there. So we'll just round it off them corners as well. So we've just got some holes to put in. So I'm just going to put one in and I'm going to mirror the other one across and make it nice and simple for myself. So I'm going to click on this top plane, I'm going to sketch, circle, sketch, circle on this top plane here. So if I click the center point and click this front line, I can get the distance back there, which is going to be 21. And then I click the center point and the side, and I can get the distance across, which in this case is going to be 90 all the way across the other, so it's going to be 45 out from the center. So if I just get rid of that dimension a second, delete that. So from the center point, my origin, from the top here. So from my origin to there, I'm going to go 45. And get a clear view of the dimension there. I want to set the size of my hole, and the size of my hole is going to be 15. And then I'm going to cut that through. So, cut. And cut that through the component as it comes out the bottom. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror this hole across. So I'm going to do one on the opposite side is in exactly the same place. So I'm going to go to In Features, the mirror tool here. And I'm going to, it's automatically selected the cut that I've been using because that was the last one that was on. If it doesn't automatically select it from there, just drop down the bar here, find it at the bottom there. Okay, and I want to also find the plane that I'm going to mirror this across. Okay, so the plane that runs straight through the centre of this is the right plane. So click on that, and it will mirror it across there. tick there, and I have got the completed profile done. So hopefully that's taught you a few new little tricks. We've included there some mirroring features and also the rib feature, looking at how we use that. Okay. If you enjoyed the tutorial, please give us a like, a big thumbs up. If you are returning to the videos and you've been watching them regularly, please subscribe if you've not already done so. I'll be keep regularly updating content on here, keep adding new things so that there's always development and learning. Like I say, thanks for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.